The couch is escapable, I promise. In this video, I will not only show you how to extricate yourself from the couch, but also how to do more of the things that make you happy and how to cut out the things in your life that make you unhappy. So this video is sponsored by Gymshark. Gymshark approached me with their new speed collection. And I was doing this like how to get out of a rut video, and then they sent me this email and they're like, we have this new cool speed running collection, do you want to try it out? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Because I like running, and running is a great way to get out of a rut. A great thing I do like at least 2 or 3 times a week just to reset my mind. And the gear I use when I run is important. So I wanted to make sure to test out this gear that they're sending me to see if I liked it. So far, my favorite things from this Gymshark speed collection are definitely the shorts and the tank tops, as you can see right now. So the great thing about the shorts is they have a built-in lining. They have a really nice zipper in the back. So what the zipper in the back does is when you're running along and stuff like that, you can just store stuff in there for later. Especially when I'm going at my mile pace, I'm flying down the side of the road. I don't want things flying out of my pocket or anything like that, so it's good to have the nice zipper in the back which stores everything. But yeah, I'm really happy to integrate this new collection, and I've been trying it out. I've been running. I don't know, I feel like I just always feel better after I come home from a run. Even if I feel junky before it, actually especially if I feel junky before it, when I go for the run, it's kind of, I feel that much better when I come back. All that really matters is I got out there and I ran. That's an achievement. I'm callousing my mind, getting more mentally tough with these tougher runs, and plus I just like to run. So really, thank you Gymshark for sponsoring this video. Thank you Gymshark for coming out of a line of clothing is tailored to runners, because I love running and I'm going to be using these clothes to run a lot. The rut is beatable. Let's beat it. QMJ. QMJ. No, we don't have any MJ. What do you mean we don't have any MJ? Yeah, we can't play Michael Jackson. Copyright? I'm a big YouTuber now. I got lots of subscribers. If you want, I can do some shuffling. You like this? No, don't stop. We'll put this in the video and I'll dance. Ooh. I've had enough. Back to the video. Okay, so the first step to beating a rut is identifying it. How do we identify the rut? Well, the first thing we need to do is realize we are in a rut, right? If you're watching this video, most likely you've been in a rut before, or you're in a rut right now, and you're kind of looking for a way to get out of this rut or prevent the rut from happening in the future. Often for me, the rut is sneaky. 3 or 4 days of not exercising in a row, 2 takeout meals, a 3-hour video game session, all packaged into staying inside alone in my apartment for 48 hours. And then like all of a sudden I feel anxious and tired, but full of energy at the same time. What is that feeling? Well, I think it's the rut feeling. How can we fight something that we can't identify? Well, we can't. We need to identify what the rut is and what's going on before we can fight it. This has been one of the most helpful things for me in fighting this rut, because this past year, this quarantine year, I feel like I've been pushed into the rut zone way more frequently than I wanted to be pushed into. So I started to look for and recognize the warning signs of, hey, this is a rut. Part of identifying this rut is remember to not be too hard on yourself. Remember, now that we've identified the rut isn't you. You are just experiencing a rut. You are not a bad person. You are not lazy. You are just a human being having lazy feelings. You are just a human being having bad feelings. And oftentimes, even with the amazing techniques that I lay out in this video and that I implement myself, the rut comes back. It's just kind of a life thing. These things come, they go, they come, they go. But because I've experienced it before, and because I've gotten out of it before, I know that I can get out of it again. So now that we've identified the rut, we've realized that it's okay to be in a rut. We're gonna find out where this evil rut monster hides. Now, this rut monster could be hiding anywhere. I pay attention to what makes me feel especially junky, especially rutty. Specifically for me, the rut monster rears its head most likely when I'm sitting in my PJs, same PJs I've been wearing for the past 2 days, scrolling through Instagram, playing some video games in the background, ordering takeout food, and having had no social interaction for that entire 2 days. That is my rut monster. That is my major malfunction. What is your major malfunction, num-num? I've identified those conditions as the thing that most predispose me or most risk me for experiencing a rut. Step 1 is complete. I found the rut monster. I know where it hides, and I've realized it's okay to be in a rut. Now we're gonna get rid of the rut. Step number 2 is to get out of the rut. Physically get out of the rut. Is your desk where the rut lives? Is your couch where the rut lives? Is sitting in front of the fridge where your rut lives? Get up, get out of this rut area, just get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get out of the rut area. It's amazing how many like feelings and emotions are attached to specific zones. Like if, for example, if you sit in the certain part of the couch all day and you're feeling junky all day, if you get up for a little bit and then sit back down, you're probably gonna feel junky again because you've been feeling junky in that spot on the couch all day. So for the rest of the day, avoid that spot. Seriously, you gotta just stay away from that spot. That is the rut monster's home base advantage. We wanna take that away from the rut monster. Sometimes for me, that space is my bed. But it's kind of a confusing rule, right? Because I have to go back to my bed at some point. Well, yes, I do. So for me, for that rule, if the rut zone is your bed, you're only allowed to go back to your bed when you're absolutely ready for sleep. That's it. Only when you're absolutely ready to go to bed. That means no phone, no reading, no talking to your friends on the internet, just sleep. And that is the only exception to the rule. If the rut zone is your couch, you're not going on that couch. If the rut zone is in front of the fridge, you are not going in front of that fridge. Stay away, stay away. The desk is your rut zone, stay away. Bring your computer somewhere else, outside, on a bench, to a coffee shop or a library or something like that. Don't use your computer at your desk. So now I'm up, I'm away from my rut zone. What do I do next? Well, the next thing is fairly straightforward. I just do a non-rut thing. I think you guys know, everyone knows what a non-rut thing is. Exercising, going outside, talking to a loved one, playing with a pet, reading a book outside. Did I say exercising and going outside? Yeah, exercising and going outside. These are all great non-rut things. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Going outside and exercise are non-rut things. So I've been in this rut space so many times, especially now that I live alone. Quarantine in Philadelphia was I was just living alone in Philadelphia and couldn't really see anyone and was doing a lot of time sitting at my desk and on my computer. I figured out a kind of recipe for me that would help me get me out of the rut every time. I'm gonna give you guys that recipe, and again, this might not work for you. This is just what works for me. What I would do is I would get up from wherever I am. The second thing I would do is I would change into different clothing, preferably outside exercising clothing. Next, I would get a big glass of cold water and just drink the entire thing. And the next thing I would do is go outside and stay outside and do something. But when I go outside, at a minimum, it's a 15-20 minute walk, no phone, no headphones, no nothing like that, just kind of walking and being outside. But if I really wanted to go to the next level, this was my max rut buster. This is just what I do. I'm not necessarily recommending this for other people, but what I would do is I'd go for kind of a 45-minute hour run, and then I'd do an hour hot yoga class, and then I'd drink like a liter of really, really cold water, and then I'd come home and like eat some kind of decently healthy food, and then I'd take a cold shower, and then I'd meditate for 30 minutes, and I would nearly always feel a million times better. If I did that combo of those kind of 5 or 6 things, it was pretty much impossible for me to not feel better, and I would sleep better that night, I would do better work the rest of the day, yeah. So that was a very specific thing. But really, right, you can take it, you can do any sort of exercise outside. I think for me personally, the best way to get out of the rut is to just go outside and do some exercise. Even if you're just walking to a place to do exercise or walking outside to do something that is non-rutty. So we've physically escaped the clutches of the rut monster. We've done a non-rut thing. Now what's the next thing we're gonna do? Well, we're gonna congratulate ourselves, right? Because we got out of the rut. We did it, we did a non-rut thing. We escaped the rut. Whatever you did, maybe you got up from the couch, maybe you went outside, maybe you talked with a friend, maybe you did some exercise. That's awesome, that's a good thing to do. And it's not easy, it's hard to get out of that rut. It's called a rut for a reason because it's tough, it's difficult to get out of. Now you've gotten out of it, actually notice how much better you feel. Notice the feelings in your body, the thoughts going through your mind, and notice the different feeling you have than when you were in the rut. Is your mind less fuzzy? Do you feel happier? Is it maybe a little bit easier for you to smile? There's an important reason I'm telling you to notice this feeling. It's not because, oh, we want to maximize our good feelings. Well, that's a good thing too, but we want to remember how we feel right now and how we did, because the rut is coming back. The rut monster is a lifelong monster you're going to be fighting. But if you remember that you beat it before, you were able to chop off all 19 of this rut monster's arms, well, you can do it again, right? Take, for example, math class, right? I think we've all done math class. If you just learned fractions and you took that test, the first time you've learned fractions, you took a test, that first test is hard, right? But imagine if the teacher the next week gave you another test a little bit different, but it was on fractions. It was on that same stuff you just learned. Well, it's gonna be a lot easier, right? Because you've done fractions. You know how to answer most of the fractions. So we've identified the rut. We've gotten out of the rut, and now we're gonna stay out of the rut. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one day at a time. It's impossible to stay out of a rut forever, but what we can do is we can look to tomorrow and try and stay out of the rut for tomorrow, because as we start adding on these rut-free days, it's gonna be more likely that we keep rut-free for a longer period of time. But the most important thing is to just take it one day at a time. Look at tomorrow. You got out of the rut today. How can you stay out of the rut tomorrow? What are you going to be doing tomorrow? How can you plan out tomorrow so the rut does not come around again? And I have a video on how I kind of plan my days, but my days are usually planned out in blocks of time. So I can look at my calendar for the next day and say, this portion of time I'm going to be sitting inside doing a lot of studying. That seems like a time where it's more likely for me to get in the rut zone. So how about I make a plan? Instead of when I get bored studying and need to take a break studying, I don't look at my iPad. I put some really nice clothes out, my nice shoes, a nice outside comfy clothes, ready for me to go outside. And I'm gonna forget to charge my iPad tonight. And I'm also gonna put a screen time password that only my friends know on the kind of bad apps like Instagram, Facebook. And also, it looks like I'm not doing any exercise tomorrow, but I know exercise makes me feel better. So I'm gonna sign up for a class right now at 6 p.m. and tell one of my friends to go with me. That way, not only is my friend depending on me, but I paid money for the class, so I can't not go. Oh, it's raining outside, so I should probably stay inside and talk to no one. Maybe I'll watch a sad movie. No! You know what you were gonna do? Umbrella. They're an amazing thing, the umbrella. When was the umbrella invented? 1322. Definitely not 1322. The umbrella's an amazing thing. Use the umbrella. Go outside. What's so hard? The rain's not gonna kill you. It's kind of fun, actually. I love going outside in the rain because there's just not that many people outside. Soon enough, your rut monster will be a cute little rut bunny.
There! What, behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit.
Occasionally, this rut bunny will get brave, trying to attack you, but it's a tiny little bunny. You know that. Can a cute little bunny hurt anyone? No, not really. So I've just identified 8 quick things that I think put me more in the rut zone, things I want to stay away from to avoid a rut in the future. And that is TV, scrolling through Instagram or Twitter, taking a nap puts me in the rut zone, laying down kind of anywhere for over an hour, playing video games, staying inside, and staying inside of my head. But I also have identified 11 things that help me get out of the rut, 11 things that help me stay out of the rut. And that is going for a run, lifting weights at the gym, doing an exercise class you like I like doing yoga, walking alone outside for 20 minutes, walking with a friend outside for 20 minutes, calling a family member just to talk about their day, calling a friend just to talk about their day, walking outside to make friends with a new human or a new dog, reading a book outside, playing a sport outside, or going for a swim outside. So what I would do is I would make a list of say, okay, these are things that make me feel pretty junky and like I'm going into a rut. And these are things that make me feel pretty good. And then what you want to do, and this is kind of what I laid out in my other videos, but you want to try and slowly remove things that are in the bad list and slowly add things that are in the good list. And that'll hopefully increase your chances of staying outside of the rut and entering a new magical zone I call the happy zone. So in summary, identify the rut, get out of the rut, and stay out of the rut. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you for watching. And you can get out of this rut. After this video, get up, drink some water, go outside and do some sort of exercise, walking, running, whatever. Just do something, and I promise you, you will come back feeling better than you did when you left. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.